We're here today to talk about real estate.
Hello and welcome back to the Real Estate Unlimited podcast. My name's Sierra Steinmetz.
Bryan Schuby.
Kari Steele.
I'm Bill Jones.
And we're the Jones home team.
And this is episode 14. And if we did this correctly, you should be watching. It should be Christmas time. So Merry Christmas. We got some holiday topics. Kari's talking about nostalgia in homes. Bryan's talking about what home buyers are looking for during the winter. Sierra's going to talk about a little bit of home, security for agents. I'm talking, I guess, that kind of topic going for the homes themselves and what you kind of look for. So if you haven't already, like, subscribe, do all those fun things. Kari will kick it off here. What you got?
Yep. So my topic is holiday nostalgia. Does it make people buy homes they can't afford? So this time of year, from Thanksgiving to Christmas to New Year's, people are getting together and gathering in family homes. And so one of the things that I'm thinking of when I'm showing people homes this time of year is, are they overbuying because they're currently hosting or people are staying at their house and they think, I need more home? So that comes back to what are your needs as a buyer? Are you looking for something that you can entertain because you entertain all year long? Or are you currently just in that nostalgia mode where I think I need a giant living room or a giant dining room or giant entertaining space because I'm going to have 30 people over for one day of the entire year?
Thanksgiving or Christmas or something. Yeah.
So, and that's one thing too when I'm showing people homes is it's still the pros and cons. So what are the pros to having a larger home? What are the cons? And what are your actual needs? So I encourage whoever's buying or selling to really look at all year long. What are your needs? And is this truly what you want to do? If you're a young family, you're growing, or maybe you've downsized and you're having all the kids come back, maybe it is time for you to get a home where you can accommodate 30 people around a table or set up card tables. If you're in a time in your life where you leave and you go to everybody else's houses, maybe you don't want that upkeep.
Right. So a condo would suffice at that point then.
That's right.
Yeah, if you're not around so much. Yeah, I think every family's different. It just depends on what the size of the family is, and somebody probably has the accommodations for it, I would think then. But I don't know. Yeah, like to your point, if you're looking for a house, I don't know if that's got to be you. If you're the person, then maybe so. But yeah, I think to your larger point, do you need that space? Mm-hmm. Can you make a smaller space work just for that specific time of year then?
Yeah, and then on the opposing side, this might be the time of year where people do want to move from an apartment to a home because maybe they want to decorate, the exterior. They're hanging a wreath on the door and they're like, boy, I wish I could decorate a whole yard, and that encourages them to move. So I guess it just depends on the person and what their needs are. So
Kelly and I kind of went through that when we built. We made the living space a little bit bigger, just specifically for that. None of our family really had. My mom's got a pretty decent sized house, but it gets choppy. You have everybody over, so we built it to that fact. But then it comes every holiday. It's like, oh man, do we really want to host again? Is that got to be us this time?
Choppy. That's a good word. Yeah. Choppy, because that's how my layout is, and I feel like even though you have the square footage, if it is chopped up, it's hard to entertain people, whether it's once a year or all year long. But again, coming back to their needs and what they are looking for.
And don't take me wrong, Mom. You have a beautiful house. We love it. We love being there. Everything works out great, but it is just when people are in different rooms, it just isn't quite the same as having.
People are looking for more of the open layout for hosting parties and stuff, for sure.
Right. Mm-hmm. But do you want to be that person? Because I know you got to clean before.
I know.
And then you got to provide all the food.
Yeah.
We'll just have it at so-and-so's because they have XYZ. And I just saw this house that was listed, and it had two the granite countertops islands. They had two islands, so it's one long island with space and then one long island. And my head immediately went to, well, that would be nice for Thanksgiving, or that'd be nice for a Christmas spread. So
right. Or thinking ahead, Bryan, not to put you on the spot, but when you guys are building, Kelly and I were thinking the same thing when we put a building up. The one building we looked at that had a really nice kitchen in it, had a big roll-up door.
Yeah,
that would go right into the big open space of the shop. If you just kind of work the spaces. If you're building, I guess, is one thing. So I know you guys are kind of working that.
Yeah, because we're doing a window between our back patio and the kitchen counter then. So that way we can just roll it up and put food in and out without having to go in and outside.
So you don't need to build an outdoor kitchen?
No, not at the moment.
Not at the moment.
Oh, no ideas.
Right.
Or no new ideas.
So keeping that in mind, I think just, when you're buying a house, it does make sense to, I don't know if a lot of people go buy a house specifically for the holidays. I'm sure some do, but I think this time of year everybody does, to your point, get nostalgic and
Well, plus you have people coming in, family, friends coming in from out of town to, be at an event, and maybe that they get to talking with family, and they're like, hey, maybe we should move back home or whatever. So maybe that opens up some more ideas.
That's right.
Yeah, you're kind of showing houses today on that account, then almost something like that. And then too, you jokingly say too with the house, if you have too much room, then you're the crash spot then too. Oh, you got an extra bedroom or two or something. Do you want to be the Airbnb that's relatives staying with you then as well?
And the kids trying to come home to live with you if you have a spare bedroom.
You got all the space. So I guess keep that all in mind, and that's about all I can think of with that. I mean, that's a fun topic for. But yeah, what other time of year would you need that for? I mean, Thanksgiving,
Easter,
Christmas,
4th of July,
I guess.
I was like 4th of July is a big one if you're looking for like yard space, outdoor entertaining, but being able to do it at your own home. I feel like that's a big one.
Sure.
And Labor Day, Memorial Day.
All of them, and the pole barn thing would be really cool in the summer months. But see, that's the thing is like, like my family, we jump around. So we might go to this person's house for Easter, this person's house for Thanksgiving. So we're constantly moving. But if we were the hostess with the mostest, that would be important for us to have a large yard, a pole barn, maybe a wet bar, things like that. So I think it really just depends where you're at in your family dynamic on where you go. We're constantly dragging everything to the places that we go, for the simple fact that we've had all of our rooms full with children and stuff.
All the things, and that is kind of just during the summer things, or even winter, that we kind of thought that with kids, we'd rather have the house where the kids come over to then as well. Maybe not so much holiday, but you want to have the space that the kids would want to come hang. So
I had people purchase this year that were looking for over 2 years because they needed a good entertaining space that could also be a pole barn / shop, and then they found a property that had luckily both. And for the same reason, their kids are growing up, they're having kids, and they want everyone to be able to come to grandma and grandpa's house to hang out, do birthdays, whatever it might be, and kind of works out that way then.
That'd be cool. I don't want to be a grandma and grandpa yet, though. So.
You got time.
I got a little bit of time, maybe. So, all right, we'll keep rolling here. We're on a little bit of a time crunch here today. Shub, what do you got here?
Yeah, so I just wanted to go over, things or items that buyers are potentially looking for when they're shopping during the winter months. One of the first things is fireplaces or efficient heating systems. Practical benefits with that, obviously, with supplemental heating or a fireplace, you're saving on electricity costs or heating costs. Which could help bring down some of your holiday expenses, to help purchase Christmas gifts or whatever needed. Sure. Low maintenance options, like electric fireplaces are probably a little bit more ideal for, younger modern home buyers compared to gas or something that maybe takes a little bit more, I'd say, effort, or wood burning. I know
everybody loves a wood burner, but nobody wants to do it.
Yeah, cut the wood. Yep. Yeah. And then obviously having well-maintained furnaces or boilers with service records, that's always helpful for clients, or having it recently serviced or looked at, just so that way that gives them the comfortability to purchase with knowing, hey, this is not going to fail me, during the winter months here.
Yeah,
so
big difference on an old furnace, whether you can tell if it's been maintained versus one that's nobody's touched in 20 years. It might still be a 20-year-old furnace, but one's definitely outlasting the other, I'm sure.
Yeah, or you have, again, service records or maintenance records showing that you've had it looked at. Mm-hmm. One of the other things is energy efficiency, as far as windows and doors, making sure, again, we go back to the heating and cooling bills. Obviously with energy efficient windows, those bills come down as well, which can be a big selling point during winter. Double and triple pane windows also help reduce drafts and noises. Weather strip doors help to minimize drafts as well, again, which affects your heating bill, especially during the winter months, which I think a lot of buyers kind of look at to bring down their costs a little bit.
Sure.
Heated floors, and again, I'd say heated floors are kind of a luxury of
don't get
item.
Kelly.
But again, to be able to walk in, when it's cold outside, to walk in and be able to take your shoes and socks off and step on a nice heated floor, I think that helps the appeal, especially during the winter months to buyers.
I haven't seen too many. Have you guys seen bathrooms?
Holiday Lakes. Yeah, Holiday Lakes. They had
bathrooms that were.
It was a master bath, and then like a little common area. And it was like, I assume they used that house as a holiday house. So if they were coming home at from wherever warm climate they were
Right.
when they came back to it, having those heated floors were probably a bonus. I know I would love to have heated floors in my home.
Yeah, my grandparents have it in their, I want to say in their kitchen, which when you walk in is kind of nice during the winter because,
Sure.
you know, it's not freezing cold, especially if you have a, you know, a tile floor or something like that
Right.
where it's a little
Right.
bit colder.
Yeah, I've seen it in a master bath once.
That's
Well,
the
like,
only
It was
thing
kind
I've
of a
seen
random
bathrooms.
spot, but yeah.
Like ours especially is an addition, so there's like a crawl space or something, so the floors do get colder than normal.
Sure.
So
that's
that would be
that's how
a
my
nice
place
spot
is
to have
too,
it.
Yeah.
Couple other items here. Weather resistant features, you know, roof condition, making sure your roof's well maintained. There's no signs of any leaks or ice dam formation. And same thing goes with gutters, making sure your gutters are cleaned out and the water can freely flow, which again kind of stops potential roof leaks from happening. And then durable exterior materials, siding, windows, and roofing that withstand snow, ice, and wind, especially up here in Northwest Ohio where it can get cold. I
Gets
think
all of those?
Yep.
Cold,
Which again,
windy.
some of these items may not apply to, you know, your Californias or your Floridas or, you know, where it doesn't get cold. But, you know, in our area, I'd say some of these buyers are looking at these items. And then some additional features, insulated garage doors, which helps keep vehicles and storage spaces warm, attached and heated garages. I'd say attached garages for sure, so you're not, you know, slipping and falling walking out to the vehicle and those sorts of things. Smart thermostats show how easy it is to maintain a comfortable temperature while saving energy as well. Mudrooms and storage, which mudrooms help, you know, take off your snowy shoes and
Right.
clothes and dump them right there, you know, and instead of having to walk clear through the house to get everything all dirty. And then another couple big things, generators, just making sure there's emergency heat during power outages, and then, you know, what your insulation is, making sure you have properly insulated attics and walls to make sure, you know, you're helping hold
Right.
that heat in to reduce costs.
I love the idea of the garage. I wish we would have done that. The garage floor would have been amazing to have that heated. And the standby generators. Yeah, I think that's
Yep.
if
Yeah,
you're in the
that's a big
country
one.
especially. So
Yeah.
we're right at the end of the power strip. Like we're literally ran poles to our house and it stopped there. So there's like a mile of anything could happen and there's no backup then. So
Well, sounds like you better get a
I
generator.
probably
Yeah.
should. Probably should. Cool. Thanks, Shuby. And then we kind of ran into, isn't necessarily holiday or festive, but safety is important. I mean, you want to make it to the holidays. So we had a recent kind of a call to where, well, I'll let you kind of get into it, Sierra, but call that came in that probably is somebody that we needed to check into a little bit more. And it's important for us agents, you know, agents listening to be safe. You know, to where a program we use is called Forewarn, to where we can kind of research people. And you got some stats, maybe Sierra here, want to run by?
Yeah, hopefully you guys didn't read the answer yet on the sheet. But what percentage of agents have reported feeling unsafe during a showing or open house?
I feel like it'd be pretty high. It depends on where they're located too, but like 60 to 75%, I feel like.
Yeah, I was going to say probably, you know, 50, half.
Yeah.
Yeah, at some point. Yeah, I would say. Yeah, at least.
40% is what was reported. I would be one of them.
10% lied.
Yeah, right. Actually,
Yeah.
at least 50.
Yeah, I've definitely, especially with those vacant homes
Yeah.
in the winter when it's dark at 5 o'clock and then you're trying to just squeeze in a showing and you're waiting for your buyers and you feel like there's, I don't know, there could be anything going on.
And that is a huge difference, the time of year. You know, as soon as that time changes
Yeah.
for us, then it's like by 5 o'clock, it's almost dark. So,
Yeah.
you're not seeing a whole lot at that point.
What percentage of agents believe tools like Forewarn improve their safety during client interactions?
What percentage of agents?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
Assuming they-
60%?
Yeah, I was
That
say,
makes me feel
assuming
better.
they have
you know?
it.
Yeah, 70%.
Probably high. Yeah, probably high.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, maybe, 60, 70, somewhere in there.
72,
Oh,
which makes sense.
you were
'cause
close.
You said
Yeah.
60, 70 as well.
You were
so-
closer, though. You just said 70.
I definitely feel that way. I mean, I
Right.
feel like there's been a few times when you look into somebody a little more, especially just not even knowing anything about them or knowing who they are. There might have just been a walk-in off
Right.
the street. No one's ever interacted with them. I would rather forewarn somebody because you never know. They might pop up and have a whole record, and then
Sure.
you're like, oh, maybe this isn't the best client for me to interact with, especially just being on my own, being vulnerable, whatnot. Maybe think about bringing someone with you.
Sure.
Something like that, just for extra protection, because you never know.
Well, and to
you're
the general
there.
public then too. So a lot of you guys don't understand like how our career works. A lot of times we're working with people that we don't know more often than not to start with. And you get a random call, internet lead. Like we don't know these people from anybody. So yeah, it's hard to just, I mean, we're in sales. We want to work with everybody. We want to talk with everybody. But again, too, you want to make it home at the end of the day. So you do a little checking on things.
We talked about that buyer's guide and about how they could fire us as real estate agents, but we talk about the opposite side and being able to release a client or somebody who might potentially we be working with because of these types of reasons. So
Sure. Yeah, and again, we're trying to be fair. We want to make sure to give everybody. It's not for anything other than safety. Would be the reason something like that, or somebody's.
I mean, we just had one of those the other day, Kari. You got a lead and you called them and you didn't feel comfortable, and we were able to hand it off to somebody else in our team that felt comfortable to be able to handle them.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, we didn't want to leave them high and dry, but at the same time, we wanted to make sure.
Yeah. And I did communicate that with him that I found somebody in the office that could better suit his needs. So.
Yeah, so nothing from a discriminatory standpoint. It's just literally just
Well,
if they got a sketchy record,
it depends what
it makes it tough. So, all right, cool. Well, I guess anybody else want to talk on that then? I got the Forewarn site up here then too. We're all familiar with that, but what we do, we just do a quick search, and it's not foolproof. It's not going to pull.
The only thing I worry is like a burner phone, like if somebody's using a phone that's not trackable or
no idea then too. So to us, any of our agents, any agents out there, use your gut can tell you a lot. Sometimes someone's giving you just a BS story or it just sounds weird.
Right.
Yeah.
Just go with your instincts and just, be safe. It's better to be safe than not. Or to your points here, just bring someone else with you, another agent, another, just anybody, just so you have another human being in the car. Kelly used to love doing that with me. Sit in a car with the kids while I'm trying to show a house. I don't know if she would have been a whole lot of help at that point then too, but
she could have called 911 for you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's the other thing I was going to say is that we have, I don't know that anyone's ever had to use it, but we have like the red file terminology.
Yeah.
Right.
Of if you're ever in a situation.
Don't give away our secrets.
Yeah.
Well,
that's
agent safety.
true.
Agent safety.
So everybody should have a safe word, I guess, for lack of a better term, to where, if they call the office, call another agent, and you're asking for something, we should all know what that means then. At that point, well, crap, Sierra used the magic word. We need to get her some help.
Also, there's another safety feature, which I think is in Showing Time or one of them, where you can type in agent safety and it sends your location to whoever you have as a
as a contact.
It could be emergency contact, or it could just be somebody in the office like, hey, I'm going to go show 123 Main Street. It's abandoned, it's sketch, whatever. I'm going to be there from 10 to 11. If at 11 o'clock I haven't finished that showing, it alerts, or if I don't confirm that I'm okay. Excuse me, that I'm okay, then it'll alert whoever it is to just be like, hey, maybe call them or check in on them.
Make sure you have it set up that you, the agent, are responsible to use that, because I had that set up. I still have it set up. I'd call the administrator, and I'm just stupid and don't take care of that app. So they're constantly getting a call. Oh, Bill might be in danger.
Oh my
They're like, are you really in danger? I'm like, no, I'm fine.
Maybe.
Everything's good. So my misuse of that is kind of harm that thing. So
it's noon on Tuesday and Bill has not eaten. Are
you
safe?
Right,
Are you safe?
Yes, I'm totally fine. So I'll be fine. All right. Anything else here? My mouse.
I mean, I would just say if you are an agent, Forewarn's definitely a big one to have installed and working on your phone. Just because, again, there are stories out there, and it's really sad, but people have been attacked or
killed.
Yeah,
recently,
all kind of stuff.
Showing
that
houses
happens.
because of some kind of other scheme that people were running and whatnot, and they know a house is empty. They know that you're probably going to be the first. If you're the agent, you're probably going to be the only one there,
Right.
until the clients get there and whatnot. So, just puts you in a tough spot. And just simple things, just being aware of your surroundings. I personally don't do basements or attics by myself. I'll go through the house and turn on lights and stuff before they get there, but I won't go like down basement stairs or in the attic or any small little space where I could be extra vulnerable until usually my clients
you don't go
are
somewhere
there.
where you can have an exit. Don't go down through something like that. That's smart. I'm going to jump into, I couldn't find this last week here. Again, just Google search. Everybody has their own preference on what's tasteful and what's not, but I kind of love this. What's tasteful? And I've just found this beautiful one here. So if you're in the neighborhood and you've got a house, if that's your house, you obviously love your lights and Christmas, but if you're selling that house, that's probably going to prove challenging. So
you can't see where the other house is and if
No,
that
you
other
can't
house starts
see
and
anything.
it would
And
just be hard.
I mean, kudos to your Christmas spirit, and I love it then. But yeah, that would make it extraordinarily tough on us as an agent because you can't even see the
I was gonna
house.
say, I
Where
can't
are the
even
steps?
barely see where the front
Yeah.
door is.
Right.
Yes. So this leads right into my agent safety, or I guess house safety and things then too. So I'll real quick have a couple tips on if you're selling your house or just hosting holiday events and things like that. And then y'all remember Harry and Marv from Home Alone. I got a real life example of they were the wet bandits. We have the sticky bandits. We're a real life case of, I don't know if the one started before the other. I don't know which one's the chicken or the egg, but so protecting your home and listing during the holiday season. So keeping your home safe for guests and for people looking. So Bryan, you kind of touch on this slippery driveways and sidewalks. That can be, poor grandma gets hurt, somebody gets hurt and falls, someone coming to look at your house if you're selling it, slipping and falling. I mean, you're opening yourself up for some liability anytime somebody sets foot on your property. So yeah, driveway, sidewalks, make sure those are done. Layer protection. Kelly and I have this, just an umbrella insurance policy. I think, Bryan, you have that too, or you talked about getting something.
Yeah, probably not yet since we haven't built, but probably when we build, we will.
Right. So just having an extra layer of insurance doesn't hurt anything then too. Staging with care. And again, I kind of go back to jokingly with this, and you want to tastefully decorate your home, make sure it looks nice, something like that. This is to the extreme, there's too much of a good thing, I guess. So making sure a bright, well-lit home is welcoming, and also kind of helps keep away, I guess Santa's not so nice list kind of people then too. If it's lit and looks nice and looks like somebody's home, that they're less likely to kind of come in. Keep the place warm, again, for vacant homes. It's a lot of time people, they want to save that money, like you were talking about, Bryan, then earlier. But if you walk into a house and it's 45 degrees, you're not going to feel very cozy and warm and welcome being there. And
we just had that. I just showed a house that was vacant, it's vacant, and the temperature in there was 38 degrees. So I reached out to the agent because we had just talked about what was the recommended degrees to keep your house from freezing pipes. And I'm like, that's lower than that number. I need to call the agent. So I messaged the agent, and the next time I went back and showed it was back up into the 60s, but the battery had died or something.
Oh, sure. Yeah. So you definitely want to keep it nice, because people, if they're warm and comfortable in there, they're going to stay and be in the house a little bit longer versus I can't wait
because you're freezing.
Get the car started.
I was going to say, even with the smart thermostats, I think a lot of those even have access. You can control them from your phone and stuff and keep an eye on them. Sure. So that would be something that would be nice to have as well.
Yeah. And a nice little upgrade to the house then too. A nice little selling feature then. So, and staying vigilant during open houses. So if you're selling a house or just holiday get-togethers, things like that, lock away personal belongings, medications, financial documents. I mean, just none of that stuff needs to be out. Keeping entry points well lit. Consider using security cameras, things like that. And if you're selling a house, the best thing to have during the holiday is make sure you hire a great real estate agent. That's the number one. No, but yes, you should do that. But so here, our real life Harry and Marv. I don't remember which one was which. I think this one, is that Harry and Marv?
Yeah.
I guess, okay. I think Marv was a tall one then. So, so you remember them from Home Alone. Poor Kevin was left home by himself here. But here we have a story of the sticky bandits here, called real life incident reminiscent of the wet bandits from Home Alone. A group of thieves dubbed the sticky bandits executed a $2.6 million crime spree over the Christmas season. They targeted various businesses, stealing goods, causing significant damage. During their escape, the gang tipped over a lorry, filled with stolen items and set it ablaze. So they made a complete mess, spray painted things. A 6-month rampage concluded when police finally identified them through closed circuit TV, leading to arrests and a total of 30 years of crime, or 30 years in jail for these poor fellas. So I don't remember where exactly this happened, but I think they came after Home Alone. I think they were kind of inspired to call themselves the Sticky Bandits from there. But these are your lovely Christmas naughty list guys. Again, highlights of the importance of having, good security, making sure your holiday, your home is ready for the holiday season, and you don't want your house to look vacant. I don't know what you do with a business. I think you're kind of stuck with that, but if you're moving stuff in and out. But look, they were so brazen. They were taking pictures of themselves as they were robbing this business. So obviously they didn't figure they were going to get caught, I guess. So, but yeah, I guess it can really happen.
That's so funny. He was like, "Oh, you look so good."
Yeah. In the midst of a multi-million-dollar robbery, let's take a picture of ourselves then too. So that can happen. So we're kind of joking about it, but I mean, It's true. I mean, yeah, you want to make sure you got your stuff, on lockdown, and make sure you keep things, you want to be inviting and welcome and warm. But, at some point, don't have $2.6 million worth of stuff landing around for the sticky bandits to get. So, all right, we'll roll right into the trivia here. So we talked about last week, talking about the holiday lights. This one would be a prime example, I think. Yeah, this guy has to be overloading. I feel bad for whoever this is. Hopefully there's nobody around here, but beautiful home, I'm sure. Just a little bit overboard with the lighting then. So we talked last week. How many home fires in the U.S. are caused by holiday decorations each year? I don't know what a safe load of electricity is, but I'm sure that's pushing it. You guys all guessed pretty high. It was approximately 790 homes are attributed to being caught on fire due to holiday decorations. I think you guys were all in the thousands. I don't remember what it was, but quite a bit anyways. So for this year, we're talking holiday safety and things like that. How much can a homeowner's liability claims increase during the holiday season due to hosting accidents? So if you're hosting Christmas, this is Locked-In Risk Management Company came up with this number here. So what percentage of claims are made during the holiday season? Which would be, I guess,
25.
Yeah, I feel like I'll go with 20.
Is this a percentage?
Yeah, percentage. Yeah.
18.
The girls were closer, 20 to 25. So if all claims are made during the holiday season, and a lot of them due to slip and falls and accidental damage. So
look what you did, you little jerk.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. All right. So next question. So Christmas break-ins. What percentage of home thefts occur during December? So only the month of December, making it the most common month for break-ins, according to the FBI crime reporting stats. So what percentage of home thefts occur in December?
I'm going to say
Percentage.
40.
I don't think I'm that high.
30.
15.
All right. We'll find out next week. So that's episode 14. Merry Christmas, everybody. Have a fantastic holiday season, and we will see you on the next one.